and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you're seeing any of my videos, my name is Bwandunji, and this month I am vlogging for Nanowrimo, and it is the second last day. We have only one day left for Nanowrimo, and I hope you are as excited as you should be, because after this, the hard work begins. Isn't that wonderful? Like the hard work of writing that you love? That is what is happening after Nanowrimo. That was meant to be encouraging, by the way. If you were unable to join me this morning for the live write-in, there is a link in the description box below where you can go and pretend that you were there this morning with me and do 3 20-minute sprints so that you can catch up on your word count. Today, my final word count is spreadsheet time. I need a song for when I'm going to click on the spreadsheet to find out what's going on. I haven't written anything since I last wrote this morning. In total today, I wrote 877 words. I'm in a great place, and I decided I needed to do some kind of research today. It's important for me to figure out what it is that starts a thriller. What ignites the thriller? What is that lights it so that you're, what's happening next? That one. So I spent some time today and I watched 2 different movies. I watched Salt with Angelina Jolie and I watched Safe House with Denzel Washington. Was looking for the little nuggets that turns a story from just a regular story of things that are happening to a thriller. Granted, this is, CIA stuff. Both of them are CIA movies. This is what we imagine the life of a CIA agent really is like. When we know that it is not, because they have come out and said that it's not that exciting. It provides a sense, a thrilling sense, like there's a mystery that you're trying to solve. Why is it important? What is going on? When will I find out the truth? I found the way they set up the stories to be quite interesting. For example, in Salt, we get an agent who is accused of being a sleeper Russian spy. Since this happens at the beginning of the movie, what we are trying to figure out is, why has this man accused this woman of being a spy? Is this true? Look at her crying. How are they going to solve this? And yet they can't let her go. What's going to happen to her? And she seems to be suddenly afraid for her husband, so we become afraid for him as well, even though we do not know if anything has happened to him. We do not know if he's actually going to be harmed. We don't know anything, but we're hoping for answers, and that's what keeps us glued to the movie. And with the Denzel Washington movie Safe House, a different kind of mystery is introduced. What we are given is some of the information right at the beginning. We know what it is that he does. He is a peddler of secret information, and we know who he is colluding with, someone from the MI6, and we also know what the information is. We just don't know who the information is about. And then he gets attacked in the bathroom while he's injecting the information into his body. And so then we start to wonder who is coming after him, because there could be so many people who are targeting him now. How is he going to survive in order to make the $10 million that he said he wants to make from this deal? Those are the questions that are running in our minds as we watch the movie. I think that is what it's all about. There are questions in my mind and I need the answers because there's this situation that is brewing and it needs to be solved. How are we going to solve it, and where is the information, and when will I get it? Have you ever read a romance novel that was written by a man where the MC was a man? If you have, please put that information in the comment section below. I'm looking for this kind of information, and I'm curious about it because I don't think I've ever actually even read a romance novel written by a man. Which brings us to another discussion. One of the things that I find most curious about this human experience is understanding other human beings. There are discussions happening all the time, what is the measure of a man? How can a man be manly? If he writes romance novels, does his man card get taken away and his penis shrivels into nothingness inside his body? Why do we feel this need to correct people's behavior when it's not harming someone else? If somebody's walking down the street singing a song to themselves, we find that weird, we stare at them. Or if they do something, especially something to their bodies, if they dress a certain way, or decide to put on makeup, or decide not to put on makeup, why do we feel that there is a need to dictate to them how it is they should treat their body. Now, of course, Baden and I talked about this just before I started this recording. Baden says it's all about jealousy. People who lack courage to do something to their own bodies that they may have desired look at the people who are brave enough to change their lives drastically for the things that they want, and so they feel jealous. It's not necessarily tied to, I want the thing that that person has. It is more, I want their freedom, but I'm not brave enough to break out of the box that I am in, or that my family will force me into, or my friends will force me into. Rather than just leaving them alone, I'm going to try and force them to behave like me so I can be comfortable again. I also had a thought about what this could be, and I have come up with something that I've called collective ownership, where we together decide, for example, what is going to be manly. And so then the moment that a man steps out of it or does something different, we have to put labels on him and call him soft or call him macho to classify what kind of man this person is, or if it's this complicated way of existing. And I am wondering why. What are the reasons behind it? Do you have any thoughts? Because it would be interesting to have a character in my story, because of this emotion that they have inside them, puts on themselves the burden of other people's behavior or the way that they choose to treat their own bodies. Am I making any sense? I hope I am. Those are my thoughts for the day. Somehow they're all related to Nanowrimo. I hope you got a chance to write today and to catch up on your word count. We have one last day remaining, and there are going to be tons of write-ins online, tons of write-ins even in your local area that you should look up on the nanowrimo.org website. I also spent some time doing some developmental work today, which is why I decided that I was going to watch movies. I was going to watch some thrillers to help me set the tone for this sci-fi thriller that I am writing. And then, of course, I had to do some chores. That's all I had for you today. Thank you so much for being here with me through this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share. And if you've not yet subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Have a wonderful time writing, and I will see you tomorrow for the very last NaNoWriMo vlog. It has been quite the journey. Take care of yourselves. Bye!